post the recording afterwards. And today we're going to talk about the mobile app. So I'm going to share my screen. And so you should now be seeing, this is the mobile app. So this is on my phone. I have my phone here. And we're just going to go through the mobile app. So if you don't have the mobile app, you will go to your app store. And I have an iPhone, but it works on Android as well. So I'm just going to type in Action Flow. And you'll see it there. It's the Action Flow Business app. So I'm going to open up my app. And to put this in context, I'm first going to pull over the desktop app. So this is what, if you're not familiar with the mobile app, this is what you're going to be used to seeing. And I'm going to go to the scheduler. So for next Tuesday, I put a bunch of pretend jobs on in our demo account. And so you can see here that Adam has 5 jobs. So I'm going to go back to the mobile app. And at the bottom of your screen, let me put this full screen. At the bottom of the mobile app, there's a button called the scheduler. There's a button called the scheduler. So I'm going to click scheduler, and then I'm going to swipe to the right and get to next Tuesday. And you can see at the top, I am looking at Adam install schedule. So I could change that if I wanted to, but I'm just going to start with Adam install. And I can see my jobs on the scheduler, and I'm now going to go back to the desktop app. And if I go into this Green Hills subdivision job, I'm going to go to parent. And we can see at the top of this job, there's a valid address. So if I go back into my mobile app and click, it's hiding, and click this map button. This is, in this case, it's opening up Apple Maps, and it can then route my location. So in order for that to work, you do have to make sure there's a valid address, and then in this case, it's using Apple Maps. So I'm going to go back to my scheduler, and you can then, if Adam needed more information about this job, you can always click on the job on the schedule. And again, let me go back to refer to this job. If I go down into actions, you could always give comments to your installers. We talk about that job details report, so that's one way to give information to your installers, but you can also put comments here, and those would show up on their screen in the mobile app. And now they have the option, if you go to the little, it looks like little people, that would take you to the customer level, or in this case, it's a subdivision level, or you could go to the little house, that is the job. So I'm going to click on the job. And so we have some basic information if they needed to look up maybe the address or the contact information for this person. They could also go to actions, and these that are showing up are uncompleted actions, but if they wanted to see actions that have already happened, you can see other actions. In the area, this is where they could kind of refresh themselves in what rooms they're working with that day, the different materials, colors, and edges. And then if you click on this is an inventory button, it will take you to the specific slabs attached to that job or to that area. The files section, this can be pretty useful for your installers and templators. When they're on site, they could take a picture and then they could upload the picture to, I've already uploaded this one, but you could upload pictures to your job, and when you upload those pictures, those will show up in the job files section in the mobile app. So I can pull over, oh, that's not a good example. Let's pull over this one. So you'll be able to upload photos directly to the mobile app and have them show up in your job files. We can also upload bulk, do a bulk upload, so people have wanted to be able to select multiple photos. So you can either do multiple photos, or you can also select multiple files. So in this case, there's a little select button. So you could select multiple files and pull those in. This can be useful. We had a couple examples where this is useful. In one case, the templates went out, they templated their job, and then they took pictures of their job. And when they went to install, there was space in between the wall and the countertop, and they were able to show there was actually a piece of drywall there when the templates were there. So that was useful because without that picture, it looked like they had the install was done incorrectly. And then also in another one of our clients, there was a scratch on a fridge, and because the installers had taken a picture when they left and there was no scratch, they could show that it wasn't their install team that had caused the scratch. That can be useful for your installers. This mobile app can also be used for your sales team, either if they're out in the field, or sometimes I like having my do now list on my phone and then also having the desktop app. But this is a nice way to see your do now list. And so in the same way, I could go to one of my do now actions. And okay, in this case, I need to send a thank you note. But if I wanted to get a little bit more information about this job, I could also, again, click on this house and see, okay, what did we do? Okay, we did Raha Pink and maybe personalize the thank you note to Hannah. This also, if you go into a specific job, maybe I want to remember, I don't have a good example, but maybe for some reason, I'm going to say we love the sink you chose. Maybe she chose a really unique sink. And so what I can do is if I'm in the field and I don't remember what that is, I can click, you can create actions from your mobile app. So in this case, I want to send a message. I'm out in the field and I want to send a message to my team in the office. So I'm going to do a message and select Kyle and say, did you remember the sink she chose? Question mark. I'm going to hit done and add action. And then, so if I go over to, this is Hannah, and refresh this and look at Kyle's do now list, we can see, I think it took a minute to refresh last time. That action got sent to his do now list. So, you know, obviously if it's something you need right away, you might just call the office, but there might be situations where you want to create new actions from the mobile app. And so you would hit the new action button and be able to add an action to somebody else's do now list. The other way this could be helpful from being in the office perspective is if you wanted to attach an inventory item to a specific area. So I'm back in the shop and I can click this inventory button. So I'm on a specific area, and if I click the inventory button, I can see it looks like we already have all of the slabs attached, but I can always attach another inventory item. So this could be useful if you are walking around with your customer in the back and you want to, if I click the scan items button, you could scan the barcode for a specific slab, or if you happen to know the number for that slab, you can also attach it there. But this allows you to either scan the barcode if you have that set up, or attach a slab directly into this job. We have other inventory functions on the mobile app. So I'm going to click the inventory button. And in one situation, you can do an open scan update view. So in this case, let's say you go to your bin B, and you could scan the barcodes in bin B, and then it's not as powerful as the desktop app, but you could do some reconciliation of these slabs at location B. You could also scan if you wanted to know if you're out in the back and you could scan a specific slab and just get a little bit more information on that slab. So in this case, I know the number, so I am in the shop and I scanned a slab that's 1170. Maybe I'm in location B and it looks out of place, and I say, oh, that's because we thought it was in location C. So you could update the location, or you could also attach it to a specific area. So we have a few different options for inventory, although the desktop app certainly has more functionality. And lastly, you could always, if you know a specific job or customer, you can look up your job or customer here. This could be useful if you're out in the field and you need to remember maybe the contact information for one of your builders. You could always look up your builders and just check out one of these, the number for one of your builders. Obviously, this one is a test job. Or you could also go to your customers, so just to be reminded with your contractors which jobs are associated or which customers are associated with that specific builder. So I think I've summarized, and let me just check my list. Material handler. Yeah, I think I've covered it all, so I'll open it up for questions if anyone has any questions about how it worked, or if anyone wants me to review. I know I was going pretty fast, so if you want me to review how I did something specifically, let me know.
Grace, it's Roderick. Can I add a couple of comments?
Yes, please.
If you could go on the mobile app, please, to a job, maybe the job you're working on, and go to the area, please.
Okay.
Okay, so what I wanted to comment is you see that there's a layout A and a layout and a kitchen, of which you simply see the material and the edge profile. Grace, if you could go back to the main job in the desktop app, please.
Yes.
What we're going to do is we're going to show you how you can add more job details, because one of the things that is difficult for a field person is not knowing more of the details on the job. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on your reports on the job, the 3 chevrons there. I'll probably do it on the area section. I think that'll probably be better, Grace.
Okay.
And you're going to go ahead and select job details or shop details or install details. So once you get the report up, what you're simply going to do is click the save to file to save to the job folder. The one to the left of the PDF.
There we go.
Okay, so what this will do is it'll save a copy in your files folder. So if you go back to the job and you click on the files, there you go. You'll see that there's going to be something called shop details or drawings there if you want to refresh that.
There we go.
Okay, now if you go back to the mobile app now, and you probably need to re-enter that job, or maybe it's there.
There we go.
You go back into area, there we go. So now you'll have in here job site details, and if you click on it, then you can, on your mobile device, of course, you can pinch your fingers and enlarge it and see it a little better, but you can see all the line details. You can see everything that's there, all the information. If there's any allocated slabs, you'll see that as well. So that's a kind of a very helpful tool for a templater anyway, to know a little bit more about the job and have that at their fingertips without having to either call back or have additional paperwork in their hands.
Yeah, that's a great note. Thank you, Roderick. I don't think many of you all are using the PaySimple connection, but if you are, you'll need to get an app called App Connect. So it's just PaySimple's app. So here's the App Connect, and then so this is the app you'll get for PaySimple, as I just mentioned. So then if you did need to get that, you would go to the App Store, and then it's called, you can either type in PaySimple or App Connect. App Connect by PaySimple. So there's their app. And you can work, I know sometimes people want their installers, people have different opinions about how much information you want people in the field having. So you can work with PaySimple to make sure that different logins have different access to different pages. So there are options, and you would work with your PaySimple team to get that set up. So if there are no other questions, I will be sure to post this. And if it brought up any questions and you think of them in a few minutes, or if you want to go a little bit deeper into any of these functions, of course, you can always let us know. And thank you for being here. And I will post this webinar to if you go into the, I can share this to you. If you go into the settings, we have now a page called, a button called past webinars. You can always go look up the webinars that we've done. I think maybe there's only, a couple in here. So I'll add the mobile app webinar. And then also we took down the user conference page, but you can always access user conference page or user conference videos from this webinar page as well. So thank you all for being here, and we'll see you at the next webinar.